where we had David Torrance, that right-wing commentator, in the Herald, even plugging today's event. We had the Sunday Herald who are here covering it last Sunday. We had mentions in the Herald and the Scotsman. Some of them, I have to say, with the honour exception, of course, of Cat, who had a column in the National. Again, I'm sure you all read it. With the honourable exception of Cat and others. There has been a tendency to trivialise here. But of course, within it all, there's many great gems of truth. And in David Torrance is that illustration of the idea that even right-wing Tories like David Torrance are not wrong all the time. Because in his article, I thought he made an important point. He said, the Scottish National Party share the contemporary trait of seeking to claim a radical mantle while advocating pretty orthodox centrist policies, adding that a gap has always existed between the SNP's rhetoric and its record in government. And perhaps the most telling quote of the article: if the SNP or Labour were genuinely left-wing, Rise would not need to exist. Too true, David Torrance, too true. I want to mention something, because today will hopefully be a day where you read, buy the books and material in the stalls outside and enjoy yourself. I came across an absolutely astonishing, remarkable, lovely essay when I was rereading the red paper on Scotland that was written in 1975 by that august former socialist Gordon Brown. I nearly said the late Gordon Brown, because he's only late as far as he used to be a socialist is concerned. But he wrote the red paper in Scotland. I have to say it's largely forgettable. But there's a chapter in it written by a man called Ray Burnett. And I read it 3 or 4 weeks ago. Socialist in the SNP. It was written in 1975 when the SNP had their previous highest number of MPs in Westminster at 13. And it's a fantastic piece of advice for the socialist movement. And I have managed to take the essay, get it covered, and you can buy it in a pamphlet at the SSP stall next door. I had hoped that Ray Burnett was going to be here with us today, but I think somebody told me he's already heading up the West Highland Way, so he's probably in front of Alan at this stage. But it's a remarkable pamphlet that's well worth reading, because in it he makes the point that the Scottish National Party are not socialists. And to be fair to them, they've never claimed to be. The Scottish National Party are social democrats. And for the workers' movement throughout the world, there's a very important difference that we've learned many different occasions. And although the Scottish National Party are omnipotent at the moment and winning apparently every by-election in Hollywood opinion polls, in my view this is temporary, because there are enormous illusions in the SNP by political novices and people who really should know better. Rise intends to be the main opposition to the SNP in Scotland. We intend to be the left opposition, for those who can remember that original phrase. We intend to be sending a message: this is the place for socialists to gather in Scotland. This is where we will fight to achieve an independent socialist Scotland, a modern democratic republic. We're going to be fighting the Holyrood elections next year, and of course those elections will be fought, inevitably and rightly, on the record of the SNP at Holyrood in the last 10 years. And of course it's inevitable. People will critique that, defend it, criticise it, and that will be the mainstay of the election. I look at the record of the SNP at Holyrood in the last 10 years, and it reminds me very much of the managerialism that Jack McConnell was famous for. Too little has changed. I came across an article in the Daily Record of all newspapers. I've seen it at the dentist. I don't usually buy the Daily Record, not because I haven't got the 60 pence, because I'd rather spend it buying Ray Burnett's pamphlet. But in the article that was drawn to my attention was a profile on a housing scheme in Lanarkshire where I was born. I was born in Craigneuk in Motherwell, right next to what used to be the giant Ravenscraig Steelworks. And in that article, amongst many facts and figures and statistics made available to us, it pointed out that today, in 2015, a young boy like me, born in Craigneuk today, will live to 63 years of age. 63 years of age, and my grandfathers were both steel workers, my Grandpa Fox and my Grandpa Mackin. My dad, for his sins, was an insurance agent with the Cooperative Insurance Society. And it got me to thinking, what a damn hard job it must be selling pensions in Craigneuk to people who are going to die.